you walk around.
To be honest, I'm not sure what to expect, and I can say I'm actually pretty surprised how good it turned out. Alright, so I currently have a car parked outside, and I did have a concept I wanted to shoot, which kind of had to be dark to do, and I have to return the car before it actually gets really dark. So I had to think of a new idea, and I came up with trying out the Instagram trend that's been going around and tons of people are doing. I think it's called speed ramping. So I have around, what time is it? I have around 4 hours now to figure out how to do it, to actually shoot the thing and then return the car and find a location to shoot it. So we've been in a hurry, but hopefully we can make it work and we can figure something out. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, then here's a clip of what I mean, and I think it looks really cool, but it's also something that's been done a lot on Instagram now because it looks so cool. A lot of people have done it. I've never tried it, but I think it's gonna be a fun challenge for me to do, since I've been following this guy called Back Visuals for a long time now, almost since he started, and he was one of the first guys who actually did it. So I think I'm gonna try to see if he has a YouTube channel. I think he has, and then try to learn a bit from him and his videos. So definitely make sure to check him out as well if you don't. I think I got a sense of what to do and what to shoot. It's kind of, you just have to focus on the different features the car have, and then you have to make some pretty cool motions, kind of, and then you will speed ramp it afterwards in post, and then it will just kind of turn into some transitions and stuff. So before we go out, I need to practice a bit with the gimbal because it's using a mode called FPV mode I haven't really used before. So it's gonna be fun to try something like that. I think it works like every movement you do, the gimbal will do as well, so you can get kind of some funky movements as well. But we're gonna try, and yeah, I'll film the process so you can see how it goes. Fucked it up. Not gonna lie, this car is pretty neat. It's brand new, I think so. So, like, all the technology inside of here is pretty nice, and I think it's a hybrid. So it's actually gonna be pretty fun to shoot it because it's brand new. It looks really clean outside. I think it's just been washed. So I think it's gonna be cool. And then I think I'm gonna try to do some cool effects and animations on some of the badges and just overall things. So let's drive to the location and Alright, so we have now arrived on the location that I was thinking about, and I mean, it's alright. It's you can see here, like, there's some railroads here, some construction going on. So I think the location isn't the most important thing. I think the movement you do is the most important thing. So we're gonna get the gimbal out, and then I'm gonna strap on the GoPro so you can see me film while I'm doing it, and then we're gonna try to see if we can make this work overall. So yeah, wish me luck.
Alright, I think we're ready now. For filming we need to take the microphone off, and then we need to turn on the gimbal, and then we'll just move out like this, go down here, move up, and then you walk around. We're gonna try to do like a shot like this, where it's just focused on the badge. Start real close here with the badge, send it, and then move back. To the wheel, turn around. Then we make sure that is in the center of the frame, and then go this.
Alright, so I think that wraps up the shoot. To be honest, I'm not sure what to expect for the shots I got, because I think that the shots it's kind of good and I can kind of work with them, but again, I've never tried this before, so I have no idea. I think it's a good plan to switch into slow motion mode, because then you get even more of a different movement in it. Plus, I think I got some pretty unique shots that I can use. So, I mean, the car looks pretty dope and the location is pretty dope. Hopefully, the video will turn out sick and they can use it for the social media platforms and stuff. And yeah, I guess we're gonna have to see when we go back home and I can show you the results. So yeah, I will see you there. Alright, so it's been a few days since we did the shoot, and I've had a chance to watch some more videos on how to do speed ramping, how to do the effects better, and also do some special effects inside of Fusion in DaVinci. I'm not gonna go into detail on that, but I'm gonna leave a link to the video I've used for the effect I've used in my video. So let's just jump into DaVinci and I'll show you guys what I've done and how to do the speed ramping effect in the way I've done it. So I think it's the smoothest as possible. Alright, so I have now loaded it up inside of the timeline. I made it, and I can say I'm actually pretty surprised how good it turned out compared to this being my first time ever doing something like this. So I'm just gonna show you guys the result before we talk about it, and then we're gonna break down everything that I've done. So yeah, let's just play it.
Drums keep pounding a rhythm to the brain.
Alright, so what do you guys think about it? I think it turned out pretty sick, and I'm really surprised about how many of the shots I could actually use, because I thought that I had a lot of the shots that was unusable because they were just too bad or something. But let's break down how to make the effect. So when you go from one clip to another, you can see there's like kind of a smooth transition. I can go into the retime control here, and then the retime control here. That the middle here actually looks like it's slow motion, but it's not. It's actually just the normal 100%. So even though I shot in 60 frames and I talked about that it was going to be good for the video, I didn't even use it because I think it's going to be too big of a change and it's not really usable. I think in some scenarios, if you have really fast movements, it can be usable, but because of the movements I had wasn't that fast and it actually looks really good without the slow motion, I decided not to use any slow motion in this. But if you zoom in here, you can see that I have made like a little control here. So the first part of the shot has to be really fast. I decided to go with 800 because then the movement is just a bit smoother and the transition is a bit smoother in my opinion. And then to make it even more smooth, you can go into the retime curve here, and then you go down to the bottom and untick the retime frame and then retime speed. And then normally it will look like this, where it's just a frame and it's not gonna look good. It's gonna look okay, but if you do like this, and just even it out a bit here, it's gonna be even more smooth, and the transition from 100% to 800% is gonna be way smoother, as you can see. And then you do the same on the end, and then you do that on every clip basically. And you can also do it if you have one long clip, and that's something I think I'm gonna work on if I'm gonna do it again, is to make more longer clips, so the transitions is not gonna be like harsh cuts, but it's more like really fast speed to slow speed, and then really fast speed in the same clip to slow speed again. So you have like one long clip of the whole car made. But overall, that is pretty much how you do the speed ramping. And I think it turned out great, to be honest. As I told you guys that I was gonna do some small effects on the clip, I did do this effect, where you can see that the badge is kind of coming out from the car. And this is something you do in Fusion, and I'm not a pro in Fusion at all. I just watched a tutorial on how to do it. So I'm gonna leave the link in the description as well for that video, because he makes insane videos and insane edits on like cars, how to use DaVinci and stuff. And I did plan on doing something with this clip as well, where it kind of morphs out, but it didn't work out that well, and I didn't think it really fits the car that well. But I do think that this effect it's really simple, and you don't think too much about it when you watch the video. But I do think it looks really cool and just adds a bit more spice to the video. So yeah, that's basically how I edit the video. So yeah, that was pretty much the video, and to be honest, this has been one of my favorite videos to make, because it's just, I really like going out and doing something I'm not used to doing and just kind of winging it. And I actually think when the end result turns out as I wanted it to, it's just the best feeling ever. So I'm thinking about doing more videos like this, where I take up like Instagram trends or stuff that I haven't really tried before and just try it out. Also to try to challenge myself, because I think you'll learn a lot from it, and this is definitely a technique I can use in some of my other videos as well. So I hope you liked the video, and if you did, I will appreciate if you would leave a like on the video and consider subscribing to my channel. So I will catch you guys in the next one.